Citizens, and welcome back to the verse. We are on part 2 of my kind of guide for what's now called Fight for Pyro, which was originally Save Stanton, but now the second half is in Pyro. This is possibly the last kind of guide on this system, and the reason why is because with this event, it seems like Phase 2 is the final phase. So unless I'm wrong about that, there's going to be no need for this. Like anything else, there are ways to do this and play the game and run through these missions. But I started making these guides to show you how to kind of get through them if you're having issues, whether it's just because they're very hard solo, or it's because you just maybe lack the skill. I was trying to find a way for solo players to do these missions and which ones I recommend in order to get the amount you need. Now, I partly did this because with Chapter 1, it was a number of phases, and each phase had 6, except for the very last with the capital ship. There's only 3 phases, and it was just a grind to get through those. So anyway, you could kind of get through those a little bit quicker and easier. And for Chapter 2, it seems to be a lot easier. Now, I did quickly talk about doing this for 2 types of missions, Citizens for Prosperity and the Frontier Fighters. Citizens for Prosperity for Phase 1 of Chapter 2, super easy for anyone. Just take the delivery missions, that's all you have. Deliver goods from one to the other. There's really no way to cheese that. You just do it, but it's very small. It's like 3 or 4 SU total, and you need to do that for a couple runs and you're done. As far as doing the headhunters, I haven't done any of the headhunter stuff, but I'm sure a lot of what I have tried, you could try and will apply to those. And then there's Frontier Fighters. Now there's wipe out pyro locations and destroy fuel tanks. Now wipe out pyro locations is fun. You have to go do some first-person combat, but if you're not able to do that, if you're finding that too difficult, and you don't have a medical ship to park nearby to allow you to kind of respawn at least and get back in there, take the destroy pyro fuel tanks. The reason why I say to do that is because if you do that and you use something like the referral bonus going on right now gives you a dragonfly, or in game you buy yourself a pulse, the hover bikes like those do not get targeted and attacked by other ships. The NPCs don't attack them. Other players will, but NPCs you're relatively safe. So all you need to do is take the pulse, go to the destroy pyro fuel tanks, fly around the asteroid, and just blow them all up with your pulse. Easy as that, done. So now we're going to go on to Phase 2. So Phase 2, we have again, I'm doing Citizens for Prosperity on one account and Frontier Fighters on the other. You can apply this to any similar mission in the Headhunters. Citizens for Prosperity, I do have trouble saying that, it seems. We have the Retake Pyro Outpost. This is very much like the first one, which is an FPS combat mission, so if FPS is not your thing, you do not take this mission. If you fail it, you just have to take another mission. You have to take a total of 6 of these to get the second phase. The second one is Defend Citizens for Prosperity server ship. This is very similar to the defending a ship that was happening in the Save Stanton event. Really not that hard. All you need to do is kind of make sure you have a fairly good fighting ship. Before you head in, just make sure you kind of adjust your levels on your MFDs to give your guns, if you have repeaters, a little more of a boost. You have a longer fire on there. And just keep moving and keep working on the ships, and you should have no problem defending the ship. If you are in something like a cutter, you might look at upgrading or even renting another ship. Now, this is the only real cheat hint I can give you for this, is just rent yourself a Taurus. You rent yourself a Taurus with the money you've made from Phase 1, you're good to go. That will be more than enough in order to finish this. You could see if anyone wants to tag along and help you out, but you're going to be able to get these missions out of the way, no problem. Now, on Frontier Fighters, it's a little bit different and a little bit easier. So we do have 2 things. Destroy the Citizens for Prosperity servers, and then we have Destroy Citizens for Prosperity server ship. If you're looking at the Destroy servers, this is another FPS mission, so it is going to take a little bit of effort on your part, but another 0 effort, and this will be the same as fighting any other ship where you're just trying to take down one ship. Again, use the trick of using a hover bike like the Dragonfly or the Pulse. Get in, a regular ship, have that ship stored in the back, and the pulse will fit into a cutter. The Dragonfly, you're going to need something bigger. Fly it to the location and do the scanning where you're trying to find your target. Once you've found your target, you're going to have to abandon your ship and get into your hover bike and just fly towards your target. Even the pulse can take down a Star Runner. From arriving on site to taking down the Star Runner with a pulse, it's less than 10 minutes, and there's really no effort involved because you're not going to get attacked by the ships. They're not going to try to run away. So you just keep at it, and you'll take it out no problem. And you just have to do that a few times, so maybe about an hour's worth of work to get this last part done. Again, if you have done Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, you already have the ship weapons from Chapter 1. You're going to get yourself the Ripper SMG, and you're going to get yourself the paints for the Zeus, the Cutter, the Carrack, and the Pisces. If you haven't done Chapter 1, you're only doing Chapter 2. Unfortunately, you're just going to be getting the Ripper SMG in-game. But that's it. Pretty easy for these two parts. I will put out maybe longer videos of me doing some of the other stuff, like the Citizens for Prosperity missions or some of the FPS missions. Haven't really decided yet, but I just thought I'd get this out, so if you're trying to get this done, quick and simple, these are the ways to do it. Until next time, hopefully this was helpful, and I hope to see y'all soon in the verse. Let me know in the comments below, who did you fight for, and are you happy with your choice? Because you do find out more about your groups as you look through what's happening here and reading through some of the missions. I don't want to get into the spoilers too much, but are you happy to be part of a Citizens for Prosperity? See? Cannot say that. Headhunters or Frontier Fighters? Are you happy with your choices? Let me know, and have an awesome time. Goodbye, everybody.